There is,
It's,
We're password protected.
yeah, I'll tell you what the password is.
oh, you know what, try it again, because it just asked me and it was quick.
Yeah, but you've maybe entered the password.
It was quick, it asked me if I would share it with you, so I would if you.
Oh.
Try again.
You asked nicely.
Try again, I mean.
Oh, we don't want to be blurred. See, how do I unblur it?
So focus.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Has it already been asked? You can unblur your background?
I try, we're trying.
Yeah, I'm trying to unblur my.
Yeah,
back-
You're in the video place.
Oh, it's because I'm at the microphone, but I gotta go to the video camera.
Yeah.
Okay, and now I can do that. Okay. All right, there we go.
Here we
All right,
are.
we're not blurry anymore. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, Stephen is on Zoom. Hi, Stephen.
Steve's
Hi.
over there.
Okay.
Okay, so it is 7:01. Let's call this meeting to order. Do we have any public comment? Do we have any public?
There's somebody else whose picture isn't, Heather's picture's not up, so,
Okay,
all
right, there she is. So we do not have any public. And therefore, if public comes on and wants to comment, we'll let them at a later time. Let's review the minutes from the previous meeting. Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes of July 16th?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of July 16th.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Okay, any changes, corrections, additions,
I have
comments?
a question on the last page, third page. In the middle, Foster made a motion. Oh, actually, that's a correction. It should be a motion.
Okay.
But then are authorized to make change orders. I forget, there was a funny discussion. Who is allowed to approve change orders?
We are.
We are.
It should be, instead of make change orders, it would be approve.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Mary Ann, Jeff, and Elaine.
Okay,
Approve change orders.
instead of.
And what is your?
We are,
You're the representative.
We're the
Okay,
representatives.
Okay, that's what it
Yeah.
says. Yeah. Approve change orders. Okay, that has been fixed. Thank you.
Any other changes or corrections? All right, we'll go for a roll call vote.
did somebody second it?
Yes.
Oh,
Jeff did.
all right. Antonella's aye.
Elmas, aye.
Foster, aye. Pool, aye.
Jake's aye. Moss abstained.
Vallejo, aye. All right. Moving right along, let's get a report on the construction process thus far and the next steps.
Yay.
Would you like to do that?
Sure, and then you and Jeff can chime in and anybody else who knows something.
Okay.
So let's see, so far, Construction Dynamics has arranged to have the erosion control installed at the limit of work, and that has been inspected by the Conservation Commission and approved. They have
In the
had-
rain, of course.
Of course,
We
yes, right. We only do things in the
We
rain.
walked
Yeah.
in the rain, yeah.
Okay, yes, okay.
I mean, I assure.
If it's,
Okay.
freezing or windy or some other.
Right, yes.
Interesting.
Unfortunate.
Yes, okay.
Well,
And then they have removed all of the trees that need to come down, and they are now working on grubbing the site, which means grubbing, yes. It's a very professional, highly technical term that means removing stumps and stuff.
Kind of like scrubbing.
Yes,
Right.
yes, okay. And they're working on getting the OPM's trailer sited properly, so a trailer was delivered, but they didn't have the equipment to get it into place, so they're still working on that. And then they need to get temporary electricity to the two trailers, the contractor's trailer and the OPM's trailer, and then internet to the OPM's trailer. So that'll be next. Yes, both trailers, yes. And, let's see, they put in some big rock surface at the area where the trucks will drive in and out. And we do not yet have a construction schedule. We're still waiting for the contractor to provide that. There have been some, just different questions, nothing really substantive, but so the way it works is the contractor and the subcontractors ask the architects questions about parts of, the specifications of the design, and then they reply. And there's been very little of that so far. So we had our first construction meeting yesterday, and there wasn't a whole lot we're still waiting for the construction schedule and things like that, but those things should be coming soon.
We're basically trying to see who would be the one that was gonna run the meetings, where the meetings were gonna be run. Were they gonna be in person or on Zoom, and so. We're just,
around him or what you.
exactly,
Yeah.
that kind of thing,
Yes.
and, and just, who's taking minutes, and
Right,
it was really just kind of let's get rolling on this.
right.
There wasn't a lot to do yesterday, except we needed to meet just to kind of say,
Yeah.
let's get going.
Right.
Roger, do you want to say anything more about the meeting?
Not so much the meeting, but in talking with the superintendent, Mark, today, hopefully starting foundations, maybe second week of September. And that lasting into October, and then framing beginning after that, so. Their goal is to have the building up and enclosed for the winter, which is pretty typical.
Yeah, they said by the end of November that it should be up and closed so that they can be working on the inside. So it should be quick, and Dominic was noting that the OPM's trailer looks bigger than what the building is gonna look like.
It's a village.
Yes.
So are there any questions from the rest of the committee about what's happening, when it's happening, and how we're going along?
Yeah, my question is when, like, what happens from here? Like, when do you need us to gather again, and what more do we need to input on as the process goes?
So we'll have to choose finishes. And so the architects specified for flooring and carpeting and different things like that, windows, they specified 3 products of, and then I think the law is these 3 or equivalent, right?
Or equal.
Or equal, right. So, so I know that they got, Dominic's top choice for carpeting and Dominic's top choice for resilient flooring. So at some point, we'll actually choose
The
design and the colors.
I got the manufacturer.
Right, yes,
And we haven't done things like choose the wall colors.
right, and we'll have to
Right.
choose wall colors. And then we would just report to you as a public body that is, this is the way that the project is accountable to the town. We and the OPM would come report to you progress, issues that might have arisen, and things like that.
Maybe kind of as needed basis.
Neil, do we usually have a schedule of doing that, or is it monthly, or should we? do it as needed, as Jeff said.
Well, he gave us a month before.
Right.
Exactly what are you looking for, Elaine? I'm sorry.
When this body needs to meet,
I would say monthly. We would expect one meeting per month with the building committee. We'll present any change orders. We'll present the budget update, a schedule overview, and apprise the committee of anything that comes up that may be cost or schedule imperative.
okay,
So basically, we'd have a standing meeting and then you could call emergency meetings if needed.
sure,
Yeah,
that sounds reasonable.
But I don't think we should have our meeting, so we get their monthly report.
right.
Right, so when,
Feedback for-
we expect to get your monthly report, Neil, what?
I would say probably 10th, 12th of each month, somewhere in that range. We usually
Okay.
wrap up the requisitions by the last week of the month. And then as soon as we put the requisition together, we can do the monthly report, update the budget, and present that information back to the committee.
So maybe we should be thinking about like the third week of the month.
Yeah.
That'll give them enough time to do that and for us to have our Monday meeting. Tuesday? Our Monday
Yes, our Monday meeting, yeah.
construction
Okay,
meeting.
right,
Yeah.
all right. So like September 16th,
17th,
17th.
September 17th.
Does that sound feasible, Neil?
Sure.
Okay,
So Tuesday,
September 17th.
at 7.
Yes,
Yeah,
is it? Here, yes.
unless it's a select board night.
Let me
Do
look.
they meet on Tuesday?
They
Yes,
meet every other Tuesday.
so let me see.
Actually, it would be hybrid. For those who can't. make
It will,
17 should
will
be good.
definitely be
Yeah,
hybrid.
yeah. For select
But we're
board.
not meeting on.
But they meet every other.
Yeah, so if you go every other
So they
Tuesday
would,
from now, I think we're good.
so they
Yeah.
would be the 27th and the 10th,
Yeah.
right?
Okay,
So the
Okay.
17th should be good.
okay. They meet next week.
And so we will aim for that Tuesday every month? Or?
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
If the select board is every other week. But at some point.
We're gonna get
at some
out.
point, we're
Right.
gonna have to say,
Right.
sure.
Right, and then we'll just meet online. Okay,
Yep.
or choose another night. Okay.
Right. Yep.
All right.
Okay. What else, folks?
The only comment that I'd like to make is that, according to my electrician, National Grid is very bad concerning temporary services getting them installed. So it's a good thing we have a month that the foundation is gonna be going into place, you know, so that heavy duty electrical, well, it's not gonna help these guys out, with their trailers, but historically, they have not been good in terms of being responsive and getting, you know, temporary services in place. And the fact that we have to go across the road, it's gonna complicate things a little bit more, so. So I think somebody's gonna have to definitely light a fire under National Grid.
And a contractor brought that discussion up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also the meeting with National Grid this morning.
Oh, okay, good.
I thought they were like months late.
Well, we don't wanna go there, but they can.
And is the same true of getting the internet?
So I spoke to Gail today and she said if we could just say where the internet was gonna go, like if they could put a stake or spray paint an X on the ground or something of where the internet is gonna go, the temporary internet. And then tell us, and then tell her if we want it over underground or above ground, that their technician would come out and, you know, make a plan and give the contractor an estimate. And then they would be ready to install the internet the day that we tell them we're ready. So different
We need the pole.
Is that what she's asking for, the pole, or do you want
So
it?
just where do we want the internet to go? Right, the trailer's not in yet. So really, we just need to tell her. So I think let them get the trailer in place.
Will it
and
need a
then-
pole?
So we're not going underground under Levitt Road, so
Right.
everything has to go overhead across Levitt Road, so we need a pole on the library building site, so that, you know, the wires can
Oh, the
go
wire doesn't
overhead,
go-
and then,
Right.
Down. to the
Right, and
trailer.
so, and that's why the electricity has to be in first.
right,
So
right,
before they can come out. and do
before
it.
internet
Yeah,
can be installed, we have to have the pole.
Right,
If the pole's in and the electric is not, can the internet go
I believe so.
in? Okay,
Yeah, but.
yeah, but we can let the electric go in first, because they can't use the internet.
without
with-
a,
without electric.
there you go.
Yeah,
I know at my house, I got the pole early. And the rest took a long time.
mhm. Well, the contractor will drop the temporary pole.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, that helps a lot.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Mark said that yesterday.
They'll put it in, is that what you
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Well, I don't really know. They said they're gonna drop a temporary pole.
Right.
So they'll drop the pole and then we just have to wait for.
National Grid has to bring the wire across the street.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So until then, it's gonna be pretty hard for Roger to be at OPM's trailer
Right,
palace, yes, his new home. And
right, but Roger's already finding, places to work. I've already seen him at the library. And Roger, you can also come in, we can set you up in town hall if you need to.
Yes.
But, you know, anyway, you're welcome at
Would
the
it be
tiny
good for
library.
the library?
Yes.
That's fine, thank you.
Be nice if we had like a meeting room to loan in.
meeting room in the
Yeah,
library.
the library.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. So any other questions on the next steps and where we're headed with all of this? All right. Is there any other unanticipated business?
I have one, if the committee's willing to listen. We have a need for construction testing services, which I think that we've discussed with you in the past. We solicited pricing from two firms, Allied Testing out of Springfield and Yankee Engineering out of Worcester. Allied Testing provided us the best economical proposal based on standard outline of services that are typical to any public construction project. We requested that they provide us with full day and half day rates so that we can schedule the services either on a 4-hour or 8-hour basis as may be needed by the progress of the work. Again, Allied Testing was clearly the most economical. They had both the lowest half day and the lowest full day rates of the two companies that were solicited. We would propose to coordinate these services on behalf of the town as an additional service to our contract and request that the committee authorize us to enter into an agreement with Allied Testing for the project.
And can you remind me for the notes what they will be testing?
They will be testing concrete, soils. They potentially could be doing wood framing inspections, roofing inspections, drainage inspections, etc.
Thank you.
And that's in addition to like regularly scheduled inspections that we'll also need. I assume. Like building inspector type things. Like a building inspector?
No, these are scientific type inspections.
Yeah, the building inspector.
Action densities. The concrete, they're gonna figure out
whether it's 4,000 PSI, 5,000 PSI,
With a test of,
not so much that kind of building standards.
right.
That's the architect and their consultant.
Okay, do I hear a motion to approve, allowing Neil to go ahead with, contracting with Allied?
Allied. I'll make a motion to authorize CMS to enter into an agreement with Allied
I'll second that.
Testing.
I'll second that. Do you want to give us the actual cost there? The full
So,
day?
so I really can't. I appreciate the committee requesting that information, certainly. The sort of the magic in the way that we do it is that it's basically, we schedule the services as they're needed, and the town pays only the actual cost for the services that we employ. So I really can't give you a budget right now. I can tell you that the testing budget for the project, I think, is $50,000. And I anticipate being well under that at the completion of the work. I would be surprised if we spent more than $25,000 on testing for the whole project. There's just not that much. It's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. Like I said, I would expect it will be less than 25 grand for the whole job.
Okay,
So Neil, you say
Yep.
testing, are they
Yes.
also inspecting? Or, when you first said testing, you said concrete, I was thinking they take concrete samples and send them to a lab to see that
Yes.
they're right compressive strength, that kind of thing.
Yes.
So for instance, say roofing or framing, what would be, say, a similar test?
We could employ them if so desired to come out and confirm fastener spacing, member sizes, we give them a set of framing shop drawings, and they would go through the site and review the shop drawings exactly as they're drawn and make sure that's the way it was installed. Honestly, Stephen, typically that level of service is something that we provide, and we would only provide it through the outside testing agent if for any reason there was a question, or if we were looking for an independent interpretation of the code and or the shop drawings.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
any other questions? Take a roll call vote.
Antonellis, aye.
Elmas, aye.
Foster, aye.
Pool eye.
Jake's aye.
Moss eye.
Hockenbush, aye.
Blair, aye. Okay. Anything else that needs to come up?
That is all from us right now, Roger, right? That gives you what you need? Okay.
Great.
Yes.
I think other than that, we're all set. I should have another round of bills. We got an invoice from the designer last week. So we'll get that over to Mary Ann and Elaine for processing, and then we'll update the budget accordingly.
Great.
So do we have a big budget form?
So Neil, you haven't sent us a new budget, since we hired the contractor. Can you do that sometime soon too?
Yes, I'll put that all together, Mary Ann, and incorporate it into the updated budget.
Okay, great.
Fastest meeting ever.
So, anything else? Hearing nothing, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Whoa.
Oh, shortest meeting ever.
Yeah.
I move that we adjourn.
I'll second.
Roll call vote.
Antonellis, aye.
Elmas, aye.
Foster, aye.
Pool eye.
Jake's aye.
Moss eye.
Hockenbush, aye.
Vallejo, aye. Thanks, everyone. And we look forward to everyone driving by and seeing what's happening.
Yeah, right.
Good night.
Everybody.
Thank you. Good night.
Right.
Everybody, have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.